circumstance, all the pageantry, it doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's got his man on the crossing route. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready. 60 or.
Here I come again.
Hey, team 6.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught by Robinson. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well have not even had the penalty.
After the penalty, it's Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Early down steps to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Ito Smith. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Ready.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. 3 butt.
Hey, Alpha. Defense.
They'll run it here to Smith. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played in the NFL, first-round draft pick. Uncle was a first-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard and plays all aspects on defense.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Ric Flair. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here we go. 2 for 1.
From the gun, here's Gone. He's got his man. It's Williams. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 42. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Always orange. Like by 4.
Hey, echo.
Right back to him on first down. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. On the keeper, here's Goff. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Jared Goff taking it in. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Smith, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. A first down carry for Smith. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. Buying time to his left. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Here we are.
They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen, did not let him get downfield.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, exit.
2nd and 11. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Saints have retaken the lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll set up to throw. It's complete to Robinson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Complete to Allen Robinson. That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. He'll look to throw, and he will find his man on the outside. And I think the ball's out and picked up by the Chargers. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not only going to tip it, I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
Check. Check out.
Here we go now with Smith. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Smith. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
A 6-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and goal.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now 4th down coming up.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step, because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 27th, Goff. And some room to work. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a first down throw. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Goff now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Obama.
Out of the gun. Gone. He completes it to Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the run is Smith. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go! Chopper!
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
It's good for a gain of 7, but still a few inches short here with 4th down coming up. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Lutz now to kick this one away.
Let's go, fellas.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's gone. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Ready up.
Hey, ball, 56. Tell Randy to turn up and get that ball. Get that ball. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike.
Back to throw now on first down. And incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
He's airing it out for Williams. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Goff now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Hey, Charlie.
2nd and 5. It's Hill, complete. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
61, match box, right, snap.
They'll run it again with Smith. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2nd and 15. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the carry, here's Smith. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ito Smith, 33 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Super 66.
Here's gone. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
We're good. We're good. Protein spill. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. He's got the first down here inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's got it to Williams. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Alpha.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
All right. Come on out.
Goff throwing again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Touchdown, baby. You ain't got the key to this one.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, his second sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the ground with a tight end. And he coughed it up. And picked up by the Chargers. Powering his way forward.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 33 yards that time.
All right, T. Check. Fresno. You go tight. You got tight right there.
He'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. Goff now looks to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now fourth and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. This is caught. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Gator.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Shit.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Spinning away. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A give to Smith out of the gun. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Smith. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 54. Mike 54. Oh, yeah, pump. He's cracked.
80 weapons. Hey, let's go.
Now back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 88 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Chargers 17.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Back to throw. Gone. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Gone. He's got a man. It's Williams. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Goff on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Gone. Now a desperation. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And the Lombardi Trophy is headed back to the Bayou. The New Orleans Saints, Super Bowl champions. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.